Hey, good morning. Well, it does feel weird for me to say good morning, YouTube. It's like YouTube's a living thing and it needs to be told good morning or good evening or whatever. But if you're new to my channel, my name is Ted Neum. I'm a food, beverage, and portrait photographer based out of Philadelphia. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay here and you come back and enjoy this journey of videography and photography that I'm on. Well, I've been on doing photography since I was in college. So this is more in line of journey of me doing videography. And maybe cinematography. I know that's the big term people are throwing out on YouTube these days. This is cinematic video and that's art. But I'm just hoping to create really well-crafted videos that tell a story that looks visually awesome and is true to who I am. Anyway, gotta put my cup of coffee down. Obviously I drink a cup of coffee. However, at the recording of this video, I have to just cut my coffee intake down to just 1 cup a day. I was doing a shoot at Cafe Roasters on the other day, and it was like pretty much doing photography out of their bags of coffee for e-commerce. So I had their A coffee, which I've had multiple times, and especially in Vietnam, when I was back in Vietnam. I was like, okay, this is tasty. And then I guess the caffeine wore off. And I was like, I'll just get a cafe soda. That should be good. And then I had heart palpitations. Like my blood pressure went nuts. I think during the shoot it was up. My resting blood BP was 130 or something, which is not good. And overnight my BP was still elevated to 108. So I drank a ton of water. I did my best to not do anything nuts afterwards. And then the next day, I went to see the doctor and my blood pressure was normal. They said it was great. It was like, it was 108 over 80, which is in the very normal range of where someone's heart should be. And they're like, so what happened? Like, I had 2 cups of coffee, and like, yeah, you must have had some seriously strong coffee. So, usually like Elixir or Jiggy coffees, they're not, I could take 2 cups of coffee and be fine. It's definitely how the type of beans are Arabica compared to Robusta beans that Cafe Roasters uses. But it was intense that day. So even though Elixir's coffee beans are not as strong as Cafe Roasters in terms of caffeine, maybe that's a marketing thing they can say now, that the caffeine in their beans are so strong it'll cause heart palpitations. Sorry. Again, where was I? Maybe that's should be their tagline, like, coffee's so strong you get heart palpitations. But I'm glad I did not, had to go to the hospital or anything. But because of that experience, and even though Elixir's beans are not as strong as the Cafe Soda was, I'm gonna keep my caffeine, at least coffee caffeine, down to 1 cup. I might go out just for matcha, which tea and matcha still do have caffeine. It's just not as much as coffee. But it has caffeine in it. But yeah, that was a very frightening experience. And I'm very active. I bike, because it's getting colder, I bike about like 25 minutes a day. And then I walk my dog, Rocky, if I'm home, about 7 miles a day. When I'm at work and I come back, we walk about like 2 or 3 miles a day because I get home from work at like 5 o'clock, so there's only so much and so far I can take my dog before I fall asleep. Anyway, that's a slight update on me personally. Well, maybe not a slight update. Like, I did a shoot with Cafe Roasters on Thursday. I did a video at Cafe Non yesterday, which is, if you follow me on my Instagram, which you should, I'll put a link down below. But if you don't know, it's instagram.com/tedneum. And you can find my Instagram work. I did a video at Cafe Non on yesterday. It's just them putting a bowl of Bumbleway together. And then today I have a shoot at Sargentsville Inn for New Jersey Monthly later today, so I gotta do that one. And then just editing. I guess Cafe Roaster sent me the first set of selects from them, so I gotta start retouching and get that delivered so they can put that up immediately because they wanted to put it for the Thanksgiving, the holiday sales. So I gotta get that done. But the point of this video is not any of this. I just want to, give a little update of what's going on with my life at the moment. But what is the point of this video is that my Canon R6 Mark III is coming in any day now. And I'm just shooting this video before I get it. As mentioned in my previous video, I needed to get a backup stills body to my R5 Mark II. Even though I'm not doing weddings or anything, but going on a commercial work job and only have one camera body is very risky. Considering if that this camera body goes down for whatever reasons, I'd have a backup body, which is pretty important. So yeah, I've been skirting that for a bit now, but yeah, now that the R6 Mark III is coming, I have myself a backup body. I mean, Canon has been since day one of me being a photographer with Canon, has been reliable. So I'm not that worried about the camera itself not working, as if it falls or anything like that, which hopefully insurance will cover. But knock on wood that it doesn't fall in any jobs. Why am I holding the bottom of my cup? So yeah, I'm gonna get to unboxing of it shortly, but when it comes in, I'm assuming it's the camera will come in by Wednesday, I hope, because Alan's camera said I'm in the first allotment and they should either get tomorrow or Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. But if anything, I'll probably make him do the unboxing on Thursday or Friday. Probably Friday is probably the most logical delivery date. So that's gonna be, I'm just gonna make a fast forward kind of situation because I'm recording this on Sunday. I just didn't want to do this video that morning because I'd probably get lost in thought or I get interrupted by something or whatever. So I'm just doing this video now, and then I'll just tie in that unboxing video and an impressions video of the camera. So this is me pre-planning things, so I guess I'm pre-planning with the intro video that I've shot before the actual product arrives in my hands. But yeah, I'm excited for the camera. Mostly because as mentioned, it's my backup camera. But it shoots open gate. Pretty much it. I mean, it has everything that the C50 has. Open gate, 7K. But it doesn't have, I mean, it has, but the R6 Mark III has IBIS and an EVF. But it's not in production body. It doesn't have an active cooling, which is important. And the audio top handle. Oh, pardon me, I got burp. But other than those two things, it has everything, the internals of the C50. So, I mean, yeah, when I start doing longer takes, I'm gonna have to really worry about overheating. But I'm not at that point right now, and I just, you know, I still do want to get the C50 and the C400 down the line over the years for my video production. So anyway, I gotta get to work, and I'll fast forward this into a transition to me unboxing the R6 Mark III and give my impressions of the camera at that time. All right, I'll see you in the future. So it just came in. I'm gonna unbox. Allen's camera always comes in clutch. If you're in this area, I would totally go to Allen's camera to buy your camera gear and stuff. Let me reframe this. These packing peanuts, you could toss in the water and it'll dissolve. It's cool. But upside down R. Who do I got? Who do I got? Ugh. They definitely changed up these boxes to be smaller, which is, you know, fine. Safe packaging, material, probably better for the environment. Yeah. Here's manual. I gotta register this camera. Battery charger. Battery strap. I mean, we all know what that looks like. Battery strap, battery charger and stuff. But this is what we're here for. Make sure my exposure's okay. My exposure might be off for this video. That's okay. Ta-da! Yeah, compared to the R5 Mark II that I'm shooting with right now, I have a dial. R5 II has more as a LCD up top. But, you know, as expected, the ergos are similar to the R5 Mark II in Canon, but just like any other Canon, feels like a Canon. I'm gonna start setting this up, but yeah. R5 Mark II, or R6 Mark III. R5 Mark II. I'm shooting with R5 Mark II. No, this is the R6 Mark III. Got it as a backup stills camera, but also to be able to shoot open gate for video. So yeah. I would give my impressions at some point, but I'm gonna add that to the video for this. Alright, let me get back to it. I'm rolling. Okay. Got my coffee. Got my other camera. So yeah, this is the R6 Mark III. Maybe you can see it. You tap the focus. Looks like it's in focus. But yeah. The top dial is... Well, I went from Canon to Fuji and back to Canon. And Fuji was mostly top dial, this dial here. So I have to get used to it again. But all in all, I took some video yesterday at work, but my hair was all wonky, and I do want to make myself look a little presentable when I do these videos, so I'm redoing it. Because I go around with the hat all the time, so for me it's like there's no reason for me to do my hair, get a haircut right now. But I'm gonna get a haircut next week. I was kind of hoping to try to not get a haircut till till March. Because if I'm gonna be in a beanie all the time, there's no point in wearing it, getting a haircut, especially spending $40 to get a haircut. Then transit fees to get to Franklin Barber Shop, which is a great barber shop, and I do really like my barber. But you know, if I put all the costs together, it's about $65. And spend that much money when I'm just going to wear a hat seems kind of silly. But anyway, we're talking about the R6 Mark III. From the footage, image quality, I think that the tones are just slightly warmer than the R5 Mark II, but they're pretty close in terms of colors and that sort. Because each sensor renders color, even from the same manufacturer, just slightly differently. So, but I feel like after I edit everything, it's all gonna look the same. It could be bad, or it could be a bit worse, or it could be great. It just depends on the user. So I was shooting yesterday in 7K open gate. Then I realized that maybe for talking headshots, I'll just use the regular crop modes because you don't need to see me on socials. Just maybe like the really cool slow B-rolls. Well, not really slow because you can't shoot 60p or 59 frames per second on this in open gate. You can do it in 4K, but not in open gate. So, which kind of sucks. As a food beverage photographer and doing video, it's like, well, if food work, video work is mostly in the 60 frames per second for film. Having open gate for that would have been very nice. But you know, maybe we'll change the firmware. And speaking of firmware, I'm hoping that the R5 Mark II gets open gate via firmware. Because if the C400 is able to get firmware update to get open gate, why can't the R1 and the R5 Mark II? Unless there's some physical sensor limitations, then I guess I can see why. But it feels weird that the R6 Mark III, which still is an amazing camera, but is considered lower tier than the R1 and the R5 Mark II, has open gate, but those two professional bodies do not. So come on, Canon, I don't think you're listening to me because I'm a newbie, but if you're listening to anyone out there, please put firmware updates to grant the R1 and R5 Mark II with open gate. That'd be great. Thanks. But where's your TPS reports? If you watch Office Space, you recognize the little Easter egg. But overall, you know, aside from the handling being the same as the Canon, every single Canon I ever used, and just getting back to being used to using this mode dial up here. The other thing that really annoyed me is like when I was doing the camera setup, making the custom settings, inside the menu where you're doing the overall custom stuff, you have to save it to your custom settings, or otherwise when you change custom, you're gonna lose it. Like button layouts and that sort, which was really annoying. It's pretty annoying. And I mean, I eventually just spent most of the time just making those custom modes to have OpenGate 7K, 23.98 frames per second with all intra for one, and then the second one would be the not OpenGate 7K, but regular 4K fine. Wait, 4K D. I guess D means. I need to read this. I don't know what these acronyms mean. These initials mean. But 4K fine. Wait, there's 4K U fine, which is smaller resolution. But 4K D fine at 23.98 on just with long op. You can't use. You can't shoot intro with 4K D fine, so I'm currently shooting 8K intra at 23.98 frames per second on the R5 Mark II. But in the last custom mode I made for video is the 59.94 frames per second. This one you can only do 4K fine and then long op. But these are the more temperature intense mode. The OpenGate one and the 60 frames per second one are the two modes that I'm worried about overheating. I should get about like 30 minutes if I shoot continuously in OpenGate. I'm not sure about the 60 frames per second mode, but I hear it's within 30-40 minutes. Not like or maybe more. I will just watch Gerald and Dunn's overheating test for that one. But it's not like I'm gonna shoot 30-40 minutes of 60 frames per second. I'm just not. But yeah, I do. After using this for the first couple hours, I realized that I will still plan to get the C50. Having a production video camera is important, especially because it will have active cooling and an audio handle. I don't know if I want to put my Sennheiser 600 on here. It's really long and it really does sound better with XLR ports than it being converted to a 3.5 mic plug. Hold on, I got it. That's good. You probably heard that. But yeah, so later I'm gonna take some more footage with this camera and stills. I'm probably gonna spend the weekend with it, shooting with it. Even though I would primarily rather use my R5 Mark II. It just the R5 Mark II feels more solid in the hands, and I'm more used to the command dial on the R5 Mark II than this one. But you know, after I get used to it, or if you get used any camera, you get used to it. So let's just get used to this one. I do know that the viewfinder is not as great as the R5 Mark II. It's not bad, but it's not as vibrant as the R5 Mark II. And the LCD screen isn't as good either. That's okay. It's expected for the R6 series to be kind of like that. But how do I feel about this camera so far? You know, as expected. Good. Image quality is great. Both in photo and video. I didn't do any actual production stills with this yet. That's what I'm gonna do for this weekend with it. But, you know, it's a Canon. Like, you buy it for reliability and great colors and image quality. Honestly, all cameras are good right now. Like, even if you get a camera that was made in like 2018, they're all gonna be amazing. It's just the user skills that could bring out the camera to its full potential and to be able to create amazing work. So you don't have to get this latest stuff. As mentioned, I did need a second camera body because I want a backup should the R5 Mark II fall or something. I mean, because Canon is incredibly reliable, so I just trust it to work. Sure, there may be some caveats like these cameras might overheat within long shooting modes or sessions, but for the most part, you know, they're pretty reliable. So, but I know it's just but doing commercial work, whether you're shooting weddings or whatever, having a second body is always important because you never know what might happen to your main camera, regardless of how reliable the camera is. You don't want to be stuck on a job and be like, and the main camera be like, yeah, not today. And you're like, crap, what do I do? And you have a creative director right next to you, be like, so something going on? So yeah, that's the primary reason why I got this R6 Mark III as a backup stills camera. But it does shoot open gate, so I will be doing more video with this one because of open gate, mostly for the clips I want to do around the city in this work. But if I could continue on about getting production camera, I'm hoping to get the C50 next, probably in April or May. I'm hoping to get more video work jobs that make it more, that could justify purchasing it. I mean, this R6 Mark III and the R5 Mark II can work well, amazing for video work, but having a reliable production camera with active cooling is going to be important down the line.